What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to JustNutz, guys. Today, I've got another deck profile for you today. Today we're doing Ritual Beast. Is a really cool deck. One that was in favor, I don't know, 2015, 2014. I don't know when. This deck, it's been a while since this deck has been in any kind of favor competitively. But it's a cool deck. It's a weird, like, combo control deck. The combos are very extensive, so I won't be going into those today. That might be a separate video, or you can probably find those somewhere else if I don't end up doing them. But it's still a really cool deck, and I just spent like fucking half an hour trying to figure out the angles for this ring light I have right here, and you can even see the leg, which is kind of awkward because I forgot that was there. Let's try and move that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, just to realize that the main glare that was coming from my fucking ceiling light, so I feel like such a big moron. But anyway, let's just go into this thing. I want to get started with the deck profile. So, starting with the monsters that I have been running, we'll start with 3 Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. He's like the best one, like, because this deck really thrives when you open like the 2 and 3 card combos. So the main like card that you ever want to see for any combo is Elder. Like him plus almost any spiritual beast, but mainly Kanahawk and Rampengu is like some kind of combo. So it's actually pretty good. So you really want to open him if you can. So he's definitely a 3 of. For the rest of the Tamers, I play 2 copies of Ritual Beast Tamer Lara and 1 copy of a Ritual Beast Tamer Wen. Wen special summons a Ritual Beast from Banish. Lara specials from Grave. Lara's just a little bit better as far as like a top deck in like a bad hand. I was playing 1 Zephyr and Pilica, 1 Lara, but I actually ended up not liking Zephyr and Pilica. If you ever were in a situation where you either wanted to link it off or you had to leave it on board and your opponent outs it, it's going to go to the top of the extra deck, which is like really not what you want. So because it's a pendulum monster, so it kind of makes that awkward. And they really it didn't come up very often for me, like getting them both in rotation, needing them both as names in rotation. So I ended up going with 2 Lara, and also Lara is best girl, so that's good. And then Wen comes up in other specific situations, but they're also both part of like their own combos as well. Next up, we have one of the other best ones. This is Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda. So the cool thing about her, she counts as a Spiritual Beast and a Beast Tamer, a Ritual Beast Tamer. So she can combine with either a Ritual Beast Tamer or a Spiritual Beast to become one of your, to contact fuse into your fusions, which is really important. And also her destruction effect. If she's destroyed by an opponent's card, battle, or card effect, she can just special any Ritual Beast monster from deck or banish zone. Depends on the situation, which one you want to go into. But yeah, she's really nice, just making combos simpler, easier, just not needing to have one. Instead, she can be either or. Which is really good. And then for the Spiritual Beast, 3 Kanahawk, he's the best one. Him plus Elder is a bread and butter combo. It's amazing. It's really good. It's honestly not even that good nowadays, but you deal with the best with what you got, because this deck is not very good anymore. Definitely needs some support if it would want to be a contender again. But still a really good card, just banishes a card from deck. It's literally like a walking Gold Sark. You banish a Ritual Beast card from deck, and then 2 standby phases later gets added to your hand. It's really good, part of it, really good combo. 1 Rampengu, so I really wanted to cut down on how many Ritual Beasts I ended up playing in the deck, because I didn't want to just brick on too many. So I'm only playing Rampengu. I definitely wouldn't hate you if if you decide to play more of him, just because you want to see a 2-card combo with Elder, because you want to either see Rampengu or Kanahawk with Elder. But we're not trying to hyper focus the combos. You want to see them, but you also just don't want to brick on too many, because you also lose that way. So just the 1 Rampengu is part of Kanahawk's combo, and he himself is a combo if you draw him with Elder as well. And then we get to the one-ofs, 1 Apelio, 1 Petalfin. I know a lot of people don't like playing Petalfin, but it's spot removal. The spot removal effect doesn't honestly come up that much, but it also comes up with certain combos as well, dealing with like Rampengu and stuff. Definitely comes up in like weird specific situations. You need to make certain plays, and it comes up. It does. And Apelio is actually great, but again, he's like kind of a combo piece. He doesn't start. He's kind of like the end of your combo. And then we play hand traps. So getting into the hand traps, we've got 3 Ash Blossom and Joyce, or sorry, 2 Ash Blossom, sorry, just used to saying 3. 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Impermanence, 2 Crow, and 2 Nibiru. So this is it for our hand trap combo. It's pretty good. I mean, like, I felt like 10 was a good amount where, like, I felt way more comfortable going second than I was before, because Like, you want to kind of control with this deck, and then until you're ready to kill, but you also need some insurance policies to make sure you don't just lose if you go second, because this deck does not play through disruption very well, I guess. So you got to play enough hand traps or something going second. I thought about playing Super Poly. I thought about playing just like evenly in the main or whatever, but I decided on just playing these. These are like the higher impact ones, I would say, like Crow and Nibiru, and then these just cover more matchups like overall. So you have like the generic ones, but you also have the ones that are higher impact, which is good as well. And also the deck plays around Nibiru that I can get to a little later if when we get to the extra deck. Then for the only spells I play is 1 Emergency Teleport, 1 Scapegoat. All of the Tamers are Psychic, so you can special summon Elder, Lara, or Wen off of this. So it's just a free body on board to help you get into certain combos, and it's just a good extender. And then Scapegoat. Sometimes you just open a bad hand where you just have to normal summon and pass. Normal summon sets some back row pass, and then Scapegoat can just kind of help you make a play. It's just a power card. If you can't get to your own engine, Scapegoat helps you get there as well. And then also your stuff can play around this as well to make room for it, which is really good. It's just a power card. Sometimes you gotta go into it. And then we have the trap lineup. So 3 Steeds, you gotta play it. This card's like the only disruption the deck sets up. And if you have any kind of grind game, you end up going into all 3 of these. So I think 3 is absolutely necessary. To Ambush, this doesn't have to absolutely be a 2 of, but we're playing another card, so I wanted to play 2 of it. It's a recovery card. If you can just special summon a Ritual Beast and a Tamer, or a Spiritual Beast and a Tamer, 1 each, and it can special from either Graveyard or Banished Zone. So you're just trying to get this as a recovery play, get 2 bodies on board, because they can all only be special summoned once per turn, so doing this on your opponent's end phase, going into your turn, feels really good, and then you have the bodies on board to link off, contact, fuse off, whatever, and then you can special them again. And then for the rest of the traps, we play 2 Trap Trick, 2 Compulse, let's make room here, 2 Lost Wind, and 2 Heavy Storm Duster. This is the rest of that normal trap engine. The main idea here was I felt like the hand traps were pretty good, but I wanted something else that kind of was a little higher impact for going first, helps control better than just like a bunch of hand traps stuck in hand. So I decided to play a trap package, normal trap package, to make use of Trap Trick a little bit, because Trap Trick can also get you Steeds or Ambush. I go into Ambush fairly often with this. But it can also be specific types of removal without, if you're not using Steeds, you don't really have a way to remove something that's not destruction. So that's why Compulse is nice. Lost Wind is there to pair with Impermanence to be like the only actual like monster negation in the deck. So that's what I wanted as well, and also makes big monsters less big. And then Heavy Storm Duster. If you're doing into a back row matchup, it makes it so you do have certain outs to Mystic Mine or other stuff. Which is really nice as well, just being able to have an out for that if you needed it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the main. I am playing 40 cards exactly in the main. I'm not 100% sold on this main deck though, so definitely give me your thoughts down below if you think this main deck could use a little tweaking, because this is just my list right now. I've only been playing the deck for like a week. I've been doing a ton of test hands, 1.5 million test hands, and then I did a couple of practice sets as well today. So yeah. Anyway, for the extra deck, finishing us off here, we have 1 Ritual Beast Ulti Kanahawk. If you could play 3 of this, you'd play 3 of it, and I'd probably play Extravagance and just say, screw it, the deck needs the consistency. But we only have 1, so 1 Kanahawk, 1 Kimoon Falcos. They both shuffle themselves back, so you only really need 1 of the Kimoon Falcos as well, but yep. And then 2 Apelio. Sometimes the second Apelio comes out, that's why you're only playing 2 of that one. 1 Petalfin, and then 1 Guy Apelio. This is a super condensed version just because we want to make room for the Scapegoat stuff, and also some generic links that could come up as well. He's just a big body. Sometimes you summon it off window. Other than that, you're using it as part of Rampengu because he's a psychic. You banish him to send any of the Tamers. This comes up when you're trying to play defensive. You weren't able to do a combo, but you were able to get 2 on board, so you just make this. Can't be destroyed by card effects. It's a big booty, and it can dodge stuff, so it's kind of annoying to work around. Apelio, when you're going for game, he's just your big damage guy. This card's really nice extender when you can get a combo going, and then this card's just OP. If you can make this card, you're probably making it 3 times, and you're probably searching 3 times. It's really good, really, really good. If this card was at multiple, it'd be so clean. I would love it if this card was at multiple, and it probably could be, honestly. Like, this deck's not running away, and not running anywhere anytime soon. All right, then we get to the scapegoat stuff. Pretty standard. One Link Krubo, one Link Spider, one Win, the Wind Charmer. This actually isn't scapegoat stuff. This is actually a really nice card. Sometimes in a simplified board state, it's really good to go in because you just have like 2 monsters on the board and you're like, should I just make... Or sometimes you have like, you open like Elder and like Wen or Lara or something, so you can't really even make a contact fusion, so you just normal the Elder, get the additional normal, and then just make this. It's a decent sized beater. Potentially your opponent could have tried to droll or something or put a Wind Engrave at some point and you can get it back, but also it just floats. If your opponent destroys it, you get to search any wind monster with 1500 or less defense, which is most of the monsters in your deck. So I'll take it. It comes up though. It's really nice. But for the rest of the scapegoat stuff, Security Dragon, Akashic, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and Avermax. Probably should be playing Boral Sword in here, but it really doesn't come up. The deck has plenty of ways to kill on its own. You're really just worried about getting to a control-y standpoint, making sure your opponent can't do much. These 4 are really nice. I really like these 4 because like every time you use scapegoat, you're going into 2 of these. You're either going Akashic and something, or you're going like Security Dragon and something. So you're either getting like a bounce and a bounce and a bounce, or you're getting a bounce and a pop of a monster and a redraw on the discard, or a bounce and a pop of a back row and a redraw. So like no matter what you do, like you're going into 2 of these, you're moving 2 cards on your way to an Avermax. I still like Unicorn as well. It's come up, it actually came up once and actually won me a duel today in practice. So still like Unicorn and then Avermax. If you make him, like you're probably gonna win the duel because you're probably just supporting him with like, you know, a combination of 3 hand traps and traps, and he's so hard to out on his own anyway that you're probably good to go from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Nothing too insanely crazy here. Oh, one more thing. If you don't understand with Nibiru, the really cool part about Nibiru is that if you have a fusion on board and you have Nibiru and your opponent has done their 5th summon or whatever, 5th or more summon, and you find the point that you want to Nibiru on, what you can do is you can activate Kanahawk or whatever fusion you have to tribute itself and target the 2 banished that you want to revive. But he shuffles himself as cost. So he shuffles himself back into the extra deck. And then so now your opponent, so he's off the board as cost. And then if your opponent has nothing to activate, then it's Chain Link 2, you activate the Nibiru in hand. So Nibiru would summon itself, wipe the entire board, tribute all the monsters, give your opponent the token, and then Kanahawk will resolve, special summoning the 2 banished monsters to your side of the field. So you got to get your banished monsters back to tag out into, and you got to Nibiru your opponent without having to tribute your stuff, which is actually pretty clean. So that's what I made. So it make playing Nibiru in the main like even more easy of a decision for me. It's just so high impact against certain decks like Salamangreat and stuff. So had to play it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. Like I said before, definitely let me know if you have any suggestions here. Like I was considering playing higher impact trap cards instead of like the trap package. Like trap gives you so much utility, but I understand, like I almost wanted to put like Solemns, like actually just play like Strike and Judgment because they're like, I think they're higher impact. I think they're stronger than these are overall. But like obviously you use the utility of being able to trap trick into whatever you need at any given time. So definitely thinking on that. And also I've been looking for ways to try and make this as consistent as possible, but no draw cards like really work in the deck. Extravagance you can't because you only have 1 Kanahawk. Like I guess you could just play the 1-up start. Desires is bad because you play all these 1-ups that you want to get in rotation, and if you desires like multiple of them away, you can't even do like full combos and stuff. I guess you could play it, but it just seems super risky. Duality, you want to special summon a lot of turn 1s. So like you're really just looking for ways for consistency. So until we get a buff and consistency, a new card or something that can help with that, I think the deck's kind of like just trying its best to top regionals. Because we just saw a guy top a regional. So shout out to him because he gave me the inspiration to even look at this deck. But yeah, I think that's going to end me off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. Peace.